Welcome to the good life. All right. Welcome. I hope that you can be able to tap on different people to be able to join us on this episode. But one thing we'll request those that are married in this particular episode to be able to also share their experiences with us, because we want to be able to talk about the things men do and say if they are totally committed and in love. I get this question a lot whenever I go out there and I talk about my dating life, I talk about my marriage life, and they're like, but how did you know? How did you know? How did you know that he loved you? How did you know? And what did he say exactly? And so it got me thinking that people are looking out, they are figuring out, most of you are actually figuring out, those of you that are dating and are looking to get into a lasting marriage, because part of what we do on this show is to be able to help you date better, make better relationships, create the relationship you deserve and you adore, so that you can be able to create a lasting marriage. That's what we're doing. So the things men do and say that are telltale signs of their commitment and that they are madly in love with you and they would want to take it for the long haul.
I think men do more than say, though I'm interested in diving into it because as we were speaking, I was trying to reflect on our times and trying to pick moments of my say. Yeah. I think the do was more than the say.
Yeah, the do has always been more.
And I think most men are more action-oriented than speak. And what I've observed, men that yap a lot are not exactly the kind of committed and lovers and serious.
If words come so fast.
Yes, so I'm in from interactions, discussions, and time with some of these guys. I've discovered that when you find a guy that speaks a lot, usually aligning what he says and what he does is usually hard.
Yeah.
When you find a guy that says less, you find that is more but action. He just surprises you, you know. He pulls one and pulls another and pulls, and you're like, you guy, I did not expect that from you.
There's another segment of men.
Okay.
They don't speak a lot and they do nothing. Let me tell you that it's the most
annoying,
boring, the most annoying, as in they don't speak a lot,
but they do nothing.
Babiranga baline gume, babiranga batamanyi kyebagala.
Yes, bamwereza message nakulaga nti agirabye n'atagiddamu n'amale nakwezi. You fill in all the missing spaces and the gaps zonna. Then all of a sudden only to realize nti chikula che sigamba nti takwagala, sigamba nti takufaako, nti takufiiringa, byonna akufiiringa, akufaako naye messages zinsumbu. Ate mostly abali mu myaka ana n'okudda ewaggulu, okudda eno
balina entondo,
baweereza messages zisumbuwa.
There is no excuse ya myaka. There is no excuse ya myaka. Audio Sanzeko are 50-year-old who is good at chatting, who is good at communicating, because now we are talking about the core, which is communication. People cannot be mind readers. Yeah? And so that means you really have to be on your A game when it comes to communication.
I know.
But just like we said, that it has to be backed up with the actions that actually are much better than even that are more amplified than even the words. And I think that is so true. I found that to be very true when it comes to you. You will not throw around words, but sometimes you will say words that cut deep. And you know, when you mention something like I don't know where I would have been, you get it. You don't know that you are communicating. For you, you are expressing. And which expression helps a lot, because I am not going to be a mind reader, and there is need for reassurance even in relationships. It's not just about kukwana, that, oh, I love you and I want to be with you, but the reassurance that even after I have told you I love you, and I love you is very crucial, but the reassurance of, I mean, I need you in my life. God knew that I needed you. Some of those songs of, I mean, God had me in mind when he created you. Why? Because it just feels like you are a perfect fit. When you plugged into my life, at least life, you know, became more meaningful. And it should be something that someone is not saying out of the blue, because just like you said, the yappers are very good at yapping about things that are not material. You can't, they're not tangible.
But surprisingly, women love yappers.
Of course, because ears itch to hear certain things.
No, I think when a fantasy is created, momentarily, in the moment, it gives that illusion, you know. It's like, just like you're watching this action movie.
Everything is perfect.
Yes, and the guy jumps from, you know, it's later that you get to know that it's impossible to jump from there and you don't break your legs.
I know.
But when he does it, you're like, exactly, that's what I expected. So it's an illusion that is created, and in the moment, it gives someone a sense of satisfaction. And women like that. So there are some guys who will just know which button to press. They will just know which conversation to turn on. They just know what words to say. They know the right text message to send. They know how to get you and turn you on.
But the thing is...
as I said, the opposite, the real doers, the real lovers, do not have it. Majority don't.
The impression.
Like, out of 10, you'll find 2 who can be both, who can be good lovers and very good communicators. But in most cases, most men are action, 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 more than word, 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 word. Now, those who have mastered what the women want to hear,
they're the players.
They're so good at the game that they know how to set the mood. They know how to set the ball rolling. They just know how to get you there. But when it comes to aligning what they're saying and what they are doing, completely zero, detached. They are not themselves. But surprisingly, that same girl will keep coming back to this guy.
To the same guy.
Because he has created an illusion, he has created a perfect kind of man that she has always dreamt.
And all of a
So
sudden,
he suits, he really suits. So when he starts playing the game, the girl keeps chasing. Believing and chasing.
That, you know, he loves me, he will come back, I will get him back. So she starts chasing.
Yes, she does, And she can do that to multiple girls.
They do that, they usually have a string.
So when you find the guy who cannot talk, he's boring. Because
But
in the
the
moment,
actions,
you want some goosebumps, you want some woof, you want to show your friends, can you believe this is what he said? We're going to go to Hawaii for a honeymoon.
Kumbe. All he's looking for.
But you know those things are real with you
He's
girls.
a hit and run.
Are so real
Of
with
course
girls.
they are real,
So
and they wake up very late.
At what point does a girl get to differentiate between that kind of communication and the other kind of communication? I'm talking about the communicator who is just lying, who is just playing, who is just, you know, setting you up for a disappointment.
I think we
and
go
the
back to
guy
basics.
who is so weak at communication, you send him a text and probably he takes 30 minutes to respond. But when he responds, his word is yes and amen. And then he probably doesn't even know how to say I love you 20 times. But once in a while he says it.
He sneaks it in.
Yes.
Or he will never say it at all. There's a woman who told me. I have never had my husband say I love you. But this is what she said. I know he loves me. You hear those words, like, I have never had my husband
Say I love you.
say I love you. If any other woman ever came and told me that my husband told her
I love you. I would be like,
I would be
like,
what is happening? Agaba, but
I know that he loves
know
me.
that he loves me. I know that he cares about me. I feel it. And that is the most important thing. That is
But
what the woman said.
though again now, Those were, I think, married, right?
Yeah, of course they were married.
They were married.
Yeah.
But there are cases that I've come across, mostly from guys who've been properly brought up or raised well. The last word they want to use
is I love you.
Is I love you, unless when they mean it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about these guys who keep throwing around
Not
the word
fake,
I love you,
fake.
I love you.
Smiley dear.
Now to love emojis, now I'm talking about a guy who means it. Exactly. So there are some guys who will be slow to say I love you, but when they say it to them, it's as good as I'm committed to you.
Yeah.
So would you prefer the guy who is slow to say it, or the guy who throws it around?
Any girl should be able to read
so
between
when
the
we are
lines
looking
and
for when we're
seriousness.
looking for the telltale signs, when we're looking for the signs that show that that guy loves you, one that you should rule out is communication of lovey-dovey. Being
Bugu.
or it's called love bombing.
Love bombing, yes.
Completely rule it
Narcissistic
out.
and
It
toxic.
does not amount to love. It's just like someone using sex as a yardstick for love. In
Very
this
wrong.
day and age, sex is like having a
snack.
muffin. It's so bad, it's that ugly
croissant.
that
It has
you
lost
find girls
meaning.
telling you, who told you that you used me? I also used you. It is that bad. Back in our day, sex was something.
It's sacred.
Sex was something.
And
Even
to
saying
this
the
day
word
it
itself,
is.
you know, today it's completely different. Completely
Everywhere.
different, you know. You just ask for a girl's number and she's sending you her nudes before you ask for
Not
them.
even a day
So by the
lapses.
time she's sending you her nudes before you even say anything.
How many people?
Oh. So the thing here is the communication, I would think, should not
It should be the solid communication, not the bugu and, you know, very quick, yappy kind of, you termed it yappy.
And I would
You
say,
termed it yappy, yeah.
don't use this as a yardstick for communication of love. I would rather that the actions will never lie. And you know, for us men, we do not know how to lie. A woman can lie for a while, but it's very hard for a man to lie, mostly if he's not into you.
It will always show.
A woman may tolerate, they have the ability to tolerate certain things for the sake of the other benefits that they're getting from you. Probably you're paying rent for them, you know, you're the one who fuels the car, you pay the salon, you blah, 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 blah.
Entertainment,
you know.
bill
So
is on you.
she may tolerate you, okay, for a while.
But you will know that she doesn't love you.
You will know.
will know.
By the way, for us men, unless we've been helped to understand, sometimes we think when a girl
Gives you sex or
romantically
what?
gets involved with you and gives you sex,
You think she
you
loves you.
Yes. So
Which
we're
is
trying to
so wrong.
no, we're trying to help men understand
Yeah.
that these days sex is really cheap.
I know.
Girls can give it to anyone.
Romance.
They can give it to you. They can give it to someone in a lift. They can give it. So don't use that as
A yardstick.
something. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay, we're trying to help them, but most men think that way.
No.
And by the way, I'm so serious. Most men, and I mean it, they think that when a girl pats her legs for them,
They love them.
they love them.
Oh no.
Which is not true.
That's heartbreaking.
It is. So, if you are thinking, Auntie, if she kisses me or she makes love or blah blah blah, then
That
she
she-
loves
that
me,
equals to
that's
love?
a lie.
Yeah.
The other way around. If you're a girl and you think this man is going to be judged by the way he communicates to you, you're lying to yourself as well.
Yeah.
Actually, the best communicators are the fake ones. Fake
They
ones
have mastered
are
the
very
art.
good communicators. Very good communicators. They know what your ears are itching to hear, so they give it to you in real time. They know exactly what you want to hear, and they give it to you in real
Because
time.
they've tried it with other
okay?
girls, yeah.
And then just know they're not doing that with you alone. They're doing that with several.
Exactly.
That's why they have mastered the game. Now, the real guy who is into you, yardstick, usually, the measurables cannot lie when it comes to their actions.
Actions, yeah.
They do not know how to lie about their feelings. So, one of them, they will not entertain you even when you're around them. They will be disgusted about you being around them, and they will show it. They will either be on their phone or looking around.
The yappers.
No. Now I'm talking about the real guy, because now we're looking for the telltale signs.
Yeah,
How
that
do you
the man really loves
now,
you.
the guy who is a bad communicator, but really into you, his actions will speak louder than his words. When you call them, they will be available.
When you need help, yes.
Okay, and
they will send help, or they will come and
they will
help.
forget to respond to a text, but they will appear with a lunchbox. That means, intention-wise, problem is communication.
They just don't know how
they
to.
don't know how to juggle that. They just need to learn.
Yeah.
So he will even appear at your office with a lunchbox. Nenga message wamweleza tanajidamu. Omugambe, but I sent you a text. Didn't you even say, hey, oh, it is. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. And he means it. You get a point?
Yeah.
Okay? While you are judging him for communication, I think his actions
Speak louder.
and they
better.
And they should overweigh. They should be given attention.
Yeah. A lot of it.
A lot of
A
it.
lot of it.
Now, when that guy is not into you, he will never lie to you that he's interested, and his actions will still show.
That serious guy. Does not know how to mince their words.
Does not want. He's not interested. I think we were watching a movie. You remember Hands?
Yeah.
They don't know how to lie. They will tell you, please leave me alone. I'm not interested in you. I am not. They don't know how to lie. They don't know how to play those games.
They'll not be that,
so
that Danny Cranes of this
you
world.
will give yourself an illusion and convince
sustain
yourself, and build your own false expectations, but his actions will not lie. On top of the bad communication, his actions will not lie. Ajja kulaga nti takuwagala. Tajja kucreatingira, but they will not create time for you. When you call him, he will not come. He will not be available. When you give him, when you try to visit him, he'll ask you, as an, okay, how can I help you? He will show you that he's not interested. So you're looking for that telltale signs. He says, so you send him 100 messages. Good morning, I love you, honey. How about because every year can we go out? He will not read the messages, and he will not do anything about them because he's not interested in you. So you just cut your losses, mangu.
Very, very quickly.
Because he's not interested.
Yeah.
And they are very hard to convince. They are very hard to turn around.
No, when they make up their mind, they've made up their mind.
Yes. So
they know what they want, and when they see it, they know it.
Exactly.
So you can't lie to. You can't say, "Let me go around," and after some time, maybe he will change his mind. Most of them never change their minds, and sometimes they don't like the jumpy people as well. So they also read the settledness, and they read what they will be able to handle. They don't just go with anyone because they're not looking sometimes for short-lived things. They want something that can last.
There's a guy who told me, of course he was looking for a woman to marry, and there was this girl. I'm just giving an example of the exact thing you were talking about. And is the kind I'm talking about, I mean, who is serious, more action oriented than communicator, blah 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 blah. He doesn't know how to lie. So it was like, I'm trying to say this girl, I want to see if she's the kind of woman I would really want to settle with or marry.
Because they're always looking for long term.
They're looking for long term.
Yeah.
In most cases, they're looking for long term. They don't just want a relationship.
They don't want a fling.
So the girl was the kind who was like 150 miles ahead of the guy. The day the guy showed a bit of interest, and by that I mean to say, can we go have a cup of tea? And they went, hanged out together, and you know what happens on a date, the emotions and blah blah blah, and the insinuation is, I think I'm buying into this. Now that's coming from the guy. The woman, chikumi chinana, tanse muita fiancé. my love,
Aye.
my everything.
Oh, Lord.
So the guy was like, I've just gone on like a date or 2 dates with this girl, and I had these messages. I don't want even to respond to them because I'm not yet there. Now she's running ahead of me.
Yeah.
Now that's the guy now talking to me.
Now you're going to go slow.
But you understand that? He's trying to show you that I don't want to mislead her.
Yeah.
I have not yet given
to
her my word.
Yeah.
I have not said I am into this for love. Chamwetegereza naye nga speedy. You get that point? Now, so when did this break? I bumped into the two somewhere. And I was like, hey, hi, hey, how are you? Hey, and the girl moved so very fast where we were standing. And of course, this guy respects me a lot, so he introduced me as a mentor, as a guy, the tata, so to speak, to the girl. Like, Uncle Tim, please meet so and so. You realize the introduction? Meet so and so.
Yeah.
Mentioned her names. And the guy was like, how do you introduce me like that? No, Uncle Tim, he is my fiancé. Now that was the end of it, by the way.
Wow.
After that, the guy said,
That's enough.
Now you realize that, but you get the point.
Why would a girl go
It
to
is
that?
intentional for him not to express love that he is not willing to commit to.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is
He's
fair.
taking his time. He's studying.
But then it's fallen into the... Now you realize that that girl, if she narrated that story to someone else, she would say, he used me. She would say, he misled me. She would say, blah, blah, blah,
And yet
blah.
she misled herself.
And yet she actually built
Not even
false expectations.
not even misleading
hurt
herself, but
so you
that was
do...
too much.
So the telltale signs are so obvious. If the guy has showed you that he's taking his time,
Take
don't
your
run
time.
ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Don't give yourself false hopes. Otherwise, you'll break your own heart.
If any-
Mumumiikirize,
if anything, be slow.
yes, if he has not, he means it. He means it.
And the thing is,
He means
the
it.
girls
And I've
forget
come
this.
across,
eh?
and I've come across so many guys in the same, Hilda.
The girls-
There's so many who are like, I thought I'd
Speed.
found one, but hey,
Nudes on my
I
phone.
don't think so. I don't think so. I
Like,
don't think I'm going on.
I
I
know.
don't think I'm even taking this. I mean, I'm just dropping.
What the girls are forgetting, that in such a scenario, they have the power and the leeway, yeah, to even date another person.
I know.
You get it? Not sleep with another person, but date another person. This person has not given you commitment. This person has not given you their word. They are not even mentioned, I love you. That means they are moving out with you as a friend, but maybe at the back of your mind you can see that maybe there is prospect. He's being slow and careful, but maybe he means something. So if I want to be available, let me be available. But when he calls me and I'm not available, I'll tell him I'm not available. That means you still have the leeway to live your life.
Yeah.
So why do you find the need to jump all in and strangle and choke someone, choke young love, before it even germinates?
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
is, the caliph is coming out and
No
you're just
chituka,
sniffing
no
it.
chituga, yeah.
And you're like, you know what?
Kill
The
it.
candle is being lit and it's starting to get the fire, and all of a sudden you sniff it. And you kill it. All because of what? Madu?
I think it's coupled with a lot.
Desperacy?
Yeah, one of them being desperation. You know, when the door has been closed for a long time, and then there is an opportunity that is kind of swinging. It's like it's opening, and you're like, let me just walk in. I don't care what I find the other side of the door. I'm just walking in.
Really?
So it's desperation. Yes, girls get desperate, Hilda.
And then some of them are
They
just
do,
doing
they
it
do.
every other day with everyone.
They do, because it's very hard, very, very hard for a woman to tell, most especially if you're responding to peer pressure. Every one of your
Yes.
girlfriends is getting married.
Yeah.
Everyone around you. I've seen girls do damn stupid things. You understand? There was one who I just got a boda guy, and you know, told this guy. Of course, it ended badly.
Told the guy, let's marry, let's get married,
Not get
or
married.
let's fake a marriage.
Start getting children.
Are you serious?
So I started getting kids with this boda guy. Of course, the boda guy stopped riding the boda, became a husband. And then when he got into the house, he realized he was much more than he actually thought he was. Then he started dominating. He started
Calling the shots.
exercising his responsibilities as the man of the house. But then the woman still had it at the back of her mind. If you were a boda guy.
I know. I got you from there.
Okay? It's like, but
know your place.
Nze mwami. No man have a chance okufuna. You understand? Of course, they separated badly. But the thing is, when people are desperate, they do
anything.
Desperate, or they take desperate measures.
Yeah.
They do desperate things. They do regrettable stuff. Desperacy calls for a lot. But at the end of it all, it's all regrets. So you can avoid these regrets by not responding to the peer pressure, because it's the peer pressure, by the way, that pushes girls to go
speed up and run.
I've seen girls who have never been indecent in their lives dress indecently because they have been told, if you don't, no one will be able to see what you're hiding.
Wow.
And all of a sudden you find a girl who has never put on something short or something that exposes their thighs or their body, and they're all of a sudden doing it. I'm talking about a serious church girl that you know very well. In church, raised in church, God-fearing, prayerful, and all of a sudden she's hanging out in a club on a Friday evening, very indecent. It's pressure. And in most cases, those desperate measures only and only yield nothing but regrets.
Yeah.
So what I'm talking about here is, you're talking about the telltale signs.
Yeah, the word I love you should be backed up with a string of long actions that actually prove that this person is, and I think one of those actions is it being official. Okay? And not leaving it in the shadows for a very long time. I think it's one of the things, for as long as it's in the shadows for a very long time, as in there's no description, this relationship is not, as in there's no proper boundaries, there's nothing, there's no articulation of this is an official relationship and we are headed here. This is where we are getting into marriage, and you are mine, I am yours. There's no, these days we say exclusivity, like this is an exclusive relationship. It's not an open relationship. These days people are in open relationships.
One of the telltale signs, I like the fact that you're taking the line of actions, is he will be free to introduce you to some of his best friends, and not just any friend, but some of his best friends or some of his family members. Could be a sister, a brother, or a cousin. That means he's taking it past just the two of you to a few witnesses. Guys fear that. Most guys fear that because they know usually the comeback, if it doesn't work, is very bad. So they're slow to introduce you to anyone that they think is important to them, unless they are serious about it. So one of the ways you will tell is, he will be free to introduce you to a few people.
I have another side of the coin.
Exactly. You'll come to that.
Later.
You'll come to that. But
just for a few people.
Yes, he will be free to say, I want you to
meet.
Yes, to meet so and so. Then number two, even when the guy is a bad communicator, if they're interested in you, and mark this bulungi, lavi, sending you emojis, bichi, he will start to communicate his vision to you. He will try to point you to the future. He will try to discuss things about him and the future.
Yeah.
Now, never take that lightly. Apart from a morning kiss, a love emoji in the morning, blah blah blah. Maybe the love you
what do love emojis do?
You know, because I know that girls love them. They really love to wake up to that message from a guy they love. Okay. That bring there some chills and some. You understand? Yes.
So how long do the butterflies last?
Now, some of these guys who are serious and are ready to commit, in most cases, they may be quick to communicate their vision more than their emotions. They'll try to show you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because they are long-term people.
And sometimes they will include you.
And that's why they're
without thinking.
That's why they're communicating to you. They're trying to involve you and see if you can build them, if you can be the kind of woman that can add value, give them a certain sense of value. So they will be intentional about communicating their vision, and that's something that you should look up to.
Yeah.
Is he willing to involve you in his journey? Is he free to discuss with you what he plans?
Yeah. His dreams, his visions. If you're just joining us, we are talking about the things or the telltale signs that a man loves you, and not just love, but he's in getting into a committed kind of love, because those are two different things. There's a shallow love where everyone is, you know, just swimming in butterflies, or they want something from you and they just want it short-lived, hit and runs of this world. But again, there is a certain type of men that we will flip it, and we'll talk about women as well, because I know some of you will complain and say, but why are you talking about just about the men? Yeah, the men do different things, the women do different things, but we will also highlight on the women. When a man introduces you to their family, introduces you to their friends, yes, we have taken it as, yes, if he introduces you, then he really means it and he is committed. But I also want a certain group of people, a small percentage of group of people, to be very alert to read in between the lines. When a man is introducing you to his sister or his friend, and that friend knows that this man that is actually introducing you is a player, or he's a non-committal guy, or he's, you know, he's just into games, the impression they will have on their face is one that reads, oh God, another girl has been brought into. There are those that will take you seriously. They'll be like, oh my God, as in finally, you know, he has had someone. And you can see the expression. But there are those, there is a certain lady that actually told me, she let go of a relationship. She went and she was introduced to a guy friend, a gang of friends. It's like, oh, meet so and stuff like that. And of course, she says that they flattered her a bit in the beginning, but the vibe she read from them, it was more of, you are another girl that has been introduced. That means there's been a series of girls that have been introduced, and it's not so important. Don't make it so important. And so she picked the vibe, and she was like, okay, I need to be able to, I'm not going to make a rush decision, but I need to be able to look into this. And indeed, when she went, you know how you will pretend to come around the guys and then get to know their girls. And one time you sneak into a conversation and talk to one of the girls or the girlfriends of your man's friends, and just like, you know what, I hate to break it to you, but in a period of 3 months, I think you are the third girl that has been introduced to this group. And so, of course, she was like, you know what, I withdrew a bit. I did not cut it immediately, but I withdrew a bit until I was able to gain my ground. I was like, you know what, this is not it, and it's not going to work. So I want us to be careful. Not everyone that introduces you to their people, even their family. Do you know that mothers, someone can introduce you to their mother, na a player? Yes. The mother can be a player, or the mother can know that their son is a player, but they play along with it, because any mother will be like, I've heard of mothers, by the way, who have told their sons, you have brought this one, sikulaba you, do not bring another one. But their mothers, 1 month they will bring one girl, and she'll be, oh, we are happy to see you, we are happy to see you, hug you, and, you know, welcome you into the family. Next week they bring another girl. She will be all over the moon for that other girl. And so what is she actually helping the son do? She's showing the son that it's okay, you can do all the kavuyo that you want. I will be here to back you up and cover your tracks. So I want us to look at that as well.
I think you should understand that everything that we're saying here, okay, is only and only applicable to a particular group.
Yes.
And as I said, the players, or what you would call players, they evolve in the game. They keep updating their game.
Yeah, to mimic.
So they know very well that a serious girl is looking for commitment. So they know everything that they need to do to create the illusion that they are committed to you.
Yeah.
But it will not last for long.
Can't.
It can't.
You'll always tell if you're keen.
Yes. And the fact that at least something that you should look out for, as I said, a guy that is serious in most cases will not rush. A guy that is a player has seen an opportunity, he has a window, he wants to utilize the window, he will be very fast. He will love bomb you, he will say a lot of things, but as I said, whatever that he says does not align with what he does. Same thing that Hilda said. He'll even introduce you to
his friends.
To his friends, he will do all these things, but knowing it's not heading anywhere.
Yeah.
Knowing it's not heading
It's
anywhere.
a calculated
so
move.
Just know that they also evolve, but the time element is really key.
Yes.
Most serious guys, as I said, you will send him a message, sometimes there is an optajidam. But you just see him from nowhere appearing at your office with a lunch pack. And you're like, hey, I sent you messages from morning to Nabazidam, and here you are. I didn't even know that you had sent messages. It will be that innocent. Players don't have that. For him to appear at your office with a lunch pack, it will come with 1,001 messages of what do you want to eat, how do you want it to smell, how do you want it packed, should it yeah. He will splash it around. He will make sure the whole office
deliver with a saxophone.
he will make sure the whole office knows that he has
The biggest
come.
Flowers.
So it will not lie.
Yeah.
It will not
But
lie.
it will be
And if
short-lived.
you're keen, even when he's introducing you
That's
to
what-
to friends and even the
You
parents,
will know.
you will know.
Yes.
You will know that in good demogapu zamuyai.
I know. But
This
most-
what will happen
most
with a
people
serious
are
guy. Okay, as I said, he will be slow almost in everything. Actually, even when he's introducing you to one of his best friends, you might not even know that you're meeting a very important person in his life. That's how naive they are. Because they don't know how to play the game. They don't know how to fit in.
They are genuine.
They're genuine. You only realize and you're like, ontusiza ewako jaonga. This is your uncle. Yeah, by the way, this is my uncle that paid my school fees all through. Paka benamalo kusoma. Is to me is tata. And you're like,
You should have told me.
like, it's okay. It's okay. He's a good man. And you will see it.
The genuineness.
That is genuine. The only thing is, most of you girls,
They don't love the genuine stuff.
yes, you think it's inside you term it as boring. Like,
They want Instagrammable moments, you know, take a camera, kola chi, wemulise.
You know, so just a twist. Everything that we're going to say as a telltale signs,
It can be manipulated.
It can be manipulated. Just know it can be
Exactly.
manipulated
So be
because
keen.
these guys have been evolving
For a
and
long time.
But one thing that beats everything is called time.
Don't rush. Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Time will not lie. Teba kulimba.
A man who wants to get into your
nakulabye
pants.
jjo already nkwagala nnyo n'okusinga omutonzi yantonda ne mama wange yanzaala.
I know.
Bw'oba muuna amagezi amatono lwaki tosooka n'otekamuko bu question mark?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, because he said all these things and you were manyi omuntu enjala gwe badde eruma,
I know.
you've been on that road of starving for something called love, of someone expressing their emotions and making you put you on their Instagram, on their
Someone tells you, "I love
on
you."
their WhatsApp status, and they can do all of those things. They don't care.
While blocking other people.
Yes. No one will go with about Kyambogo.
Oh Lord, I didn't know that.
But the thing here is,
people have evolved that much, guys.
Yeah.
People have tactics.
They
here
know
in
what you want to hear.
Not just in Kampala, but in the whole world.
they know what you want to hear.
But
and
they
they're
will
giving
put you
it to
on their status.
So you're bored
Please.
about the guy who cannot put you on their status, who does not have a Facebook or Instagram account, and you're bored about this guy
Who does not take pictures all the time.
Yes, who goes to a land. It feels like it's our time.
A private
moment. Can we just put the phones away? You're bored about that guy because you're not taking a selfie with
I
you.
know.
To
How
post
will
it on
people
his socials
know?
because of it, yeah.
How will people know?
The boring guy is the committed guy, is the
Yeah.
serious guy.
Who wants to create
So
a
you're
home.
missing the real thing. You're missing the real deal. You're really missing it. You're trading it for vanity.
That's true.
trading it for vanity. True. So I insist, a real guy who is serious, you want to tell that he's serious, he will communicate his vision. He will be free to introduce you to the people that really matter to them. He will do it. And
time will tell. Let's talk about...
And even when he's by the other thing that you should mark, depending on the phase of the relationship, he will not misintroduce you. Depending on the phase of the relationship.
Yeah, this is my girlfriend. This is my fiancé. They don't go ahead of themselves. This is my wife to be.
So that's why they are boring. Because the fake guy will begin with the last.
On the first week. This is my wife.
Mama wabana bange because ye nasubwa dda nabona dda. Ayogera ebigambo bingi nnyo netabitegeeza. Gwe abikugambye naye akabigamba abantu nga 10. Yakazaaza bangi mu bigambo. Naye talina gwe yali azaddemu. N'afuna olubuto amugamba nti yadde ensobi. Sizaala.
When it comes to love that lasts, I think it also needs, you know how people do meat and marinate it and nejula ebirungo. I think commitment is built over time.
Yeah.
When you get to bond, as in you get into each other's world, you get into each other's spaces, and the more you become inseparable, the more you feel the void, the more you feel like, you know what, you cannot live life without this person. And even if you're together and you're not speaking, you don't need to be everything fireworks in order for you to even know that someone loves you. But in the silence, in the communicating of their visions, like you have said, in very subtle, even by the way they touch you is going to be different. It's not going to be bugu bugu, you know, like Danny Crane, you know, all over they are going to be very gentle. They are going to be, and one thing is, they will put your happiness first. They will not know how to kujagalaza and do all those things that make people happy these days and girls happy these days. But when it comes to taking care of you, or even understanding that you are sick, or understanding that, you know, there's a problem, or your mother is sick, or something like that, like they really want to find out, are you really happy? Are you okay? You know, and they are concerned. It's not like the bugu bugu who are just less concerned about whether you're really, really happy, but for them they are going regardless. So chase me if you can, catch me if you can, but for me I am going. This one will be, I think the slowness helps them to really marinate into your life and want to see you happy. That they will ask you about your job. They will, when you update them about something, they will even ask you about, you talked about so and so, where has it reached? And it will be in a tone that really wants to know, not in a tone of, let's patch it up together and go, I don't have time for this. All I want to do is get into your skirts. All I want you to do is, I mean, Nsubua, there's another girl I must be able to catch, or another woman I must be able to catch. So do not play hard to get, or do not, you know, do not involve me in all your circus. So they will not want any baggage. Anyone that wants a quick thing will not want any baggage. But anyone that wants a long-term thing, they will want to unpack and see if this is something that they can go with for the rest of their life.
Usually they are slow. Because they are long-term. They do not rush things because they're not just seeing you today.
Yeah.
They will want to see you tomorrow and the day after. So what's the rush for?
And they would want it
Question is, why are we rushing? Why are we running ahead of ourselves?
Yeah.
If we are in this for life, then take your time. It's okay. You can't see me today. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. You're not feeling well? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you need some help? Do you need some money? Have you seen a doctor? Can I come and drive you to the clinic? Or blah, blah, or blah, blah, or blah, blah. Yeah. Simply because they're into your life to stay. Yeah. So they will not all of a sudden turn tables on you simply because you had promised a date and you're not available because you are sick. They will genuinely understand that you're sick. Now the problem is, you will feel bored because you think, the guy is boring. Why? Because wamanyira abayayibo.
I know.
Abakabya ku maziga na bakubya ku ntunusi.
Never could do some border
past
midnight.
And I don't know why, because I used to think that because men are naturally hunters, we're the ones who are best suited for that kind of life. But it's so
the women
annoying
are busy.
that women are chasing, very busy, and they're
running like headless.
They like it when these guys are making them walk on their tiptoes.
Tenterhooks, yeah. I know.
The guy you call slow and boring is
the homemaker. Yeah.
That's why you will understand when you say you're not available. He will not turn tables on you and make you guilty over something as small as that. He will understand. And when he will even be willing to even send you money to go see a doctor if you're not well.
That's true.
You know the kind who will say, Hakati, olokubanga, because of it, all of a sudden, do you know
that Yapas, they will even tell you, borrow the money, get someone to give you the money. As in, for them, they don't want anything that goes beyond what they planned for you. I think we have had that talk before, where some of those Yapas, we have called them Yapas, they will even have a budget. And they're like, this one, I'm going to spend this kind of money on
within
her
this
because
period?
I want to accomplish this goal. But definitely the goal is sleeping with the girl. So I'm going to spend my whether a million or 500,000, whatever it is, but to be able, and it will also depend on who you are. There are those that they will give bigger budgets, those that are a bit big-headed, and then there are those that are cheap, pull you by the ear. They will buy you a Rolex or a chicken thigh and they will take you. But their plans is, do not dump anything hard on me, do not dump all your baggage on me, do not tell me who is sick, do not tell me, as in, I don't want your real life. What I want is, I want to handpick from your life what I want. I want the entertainment, I want the sex, and then I want, but don't tell me that you're sick, don't tell me you're in your periods, don't tell, as in, remain all your kwara. But I am handpicking what I want.
I tell you, if girls,
when I want
if girls were sharp, I like the example you have used, handpicking. If girls were sharp, this guy who's love bombing you, who responds to your messages instantly, when you respond in a way they don't want, or when you give them something they don't want, they don't easily come back. Tebangu wakudamu message yeyo. Bomugamba you're in your periods. Ngasoka asirikiri
okumalira periods.
15.
Abali na gundi. Baba itabatya mopira substitute.
So mukasera ako, you should be able to tell that what he really wanted from me was the sex.
That's all.
But why are women so slow to see that? Because while they're handpicking,
you can literally
the moment
see.
you tell them, I'm not available today, Ngasoka better called for like 3 hours. Agenda okudanga gamba it's okay. Oba tekako okay.
Ayinza n'okublock.
Oyabadde love bombing. All of a sudden kati ebigambo byakendedde kitegeeza ayina gy'ayagala mugwe bw'aba bifunye bw'aba tabifunye.
And let me tell you, a woman will know.
The problem
in their heads they will know, but they will act different.
The problem when the guy responds with a K, she responds with 20 messages. Now, I don't know whether I've hurt you. You know, it's possible that, well, as even if my mom is sick, probably I can call my sister to come and step in for me. And then I can find you wherever you are. Please don't be annoyed. Don't respond like that. Because a bit, and all of a sudden the guy says, it's okay. And all of a sudden, no, let me come.
No, wait. You're on a border, come, and then they will block you because they had already contacted another person. You guys, these things are happening in this world. I think the things that we have listened to and watched people go through as we talk to, some of them are quite, like you listen and you're like, nah, like what is happening in the world. But again, these things are happening.
Are real, yeah.
And I like the question that you asked, and I think we should find time to dig deep and understand, why is it that a woman will know that someone is playing on her and she will still entertain the games? Like, why? I want us to go
Hilda, we used to chase as men.
Pressure. Yes.
It was understandable that if you turn down, You want to give yourself the satisfaction. You want your ego up there, and you're saying and you're chasing. I don't understand how it has now turned and flipped. It's the women chasing.
Yeah, they're chasing like their life depends on it.
The guy shows you that he's handpicking, and you chase. He's showed you that he's not interested in you, and you chase. And as I said,
no, aren't we going close to Valentine's?
And I said, the so-called players have evolved.
Yeah.
They know what you want to hear.
And what you want to see.
So they know who is Hilda. They will do a background check on you. They will know your family. They will know your hobbies. Beyond now. So by the time he is coming, he knows exactly the time frame he's investing, the resources he's investing, and everything.
And when and the results.
And the results.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they always have an exit strategy ready, waiting for them.
Yeah. But as I said, time will never lie.
And I think that's why we did that program that says that when your heart, like, who is to blame when your heart gets broken?
Yeah.
Like, who is to blame? Because sometimes we want to blame the other person, but it's actually not the other person. You had all the cards, you had all the power.
All of it, yeah.
But you chose to close your eyes, put your head in the sand, and leave the other part of the body out there. And then you are busy pointing at other people that, you know, he didn't break your heart. You actually broke your own heart. At the slightest chance of you seeing some red flags, as in, do not paint them green.
Yeah.
Leave them in red.
So I think I still want to advocate for my slow guys.
I hear my slow guys.
We call them slow guys. You call them, you've baptized them boring and slow.
Slow guys. They all have a little bitanyuma. What have a little bitanyuma?
And let's call baptizing a slow, baptizing a boring. Yensonga lwaki mulemeddwa otufuna. The genuine guys. The genuine guys. We're not just about to change our DNA and our format and our way of doing things. And when I'm coaching my men, when I'm talking to men, I tell them there's no reason as to why you should rush. A big bum can become a small bum someday. A small bum can become a big bum someday. Hips can shrink and fall. What is impossible? The innovations today have proved otherwise. Yes. I didn't know where I've seen a woman without a butt. All of a sudden. I have seen them. So what I'm saying is, you shouldn't be in a rush. If there are bumps, they are still in manufacture.
You'll find them.
Exactly. What you need is an understanding woman. Yeah. I insist.
An understanding.
And that understanding woman comes from God. As a man, you don't have reason to rush and run around in pursuit of vanity. Simanyi shape, simanyi color, simanyi because ebitya. If I showed you the picture of my mom in her 20s. Hot is an understatement.
She used to say she used to hang out with
hot is an understatement.
With presidents.
You understand? Extremely. If you look at her today, she's tired. So we die every day. We grow every day. No. What I'm trying to say here is, she can't be 20
life
again.
Life has a phase,
and you can't be 20 forever. You get that point? But you know the beauty of growing old with someone that genuinely cares for you? I'm talking about that time when all teeth are fallen out and you still have someone by your side.
You're still kissing.
So to me, this game is really long term, and God's design of marriage was to stay, to last. That's why there's no reason as to why you should rush it. If you're under peer pressure, cut the pressure. No one called you to marriage. You will not go to hell if you don't get married. You will go to heaven even if you're not married.
That's true.
But we pray that you'll get married. So don't rush to get in and out. Don't rush. Some of us have made those mistakes and we regret them. So don't make those mistakes of rushing to get into things that you will not be able to sustain. If you're not ready, chireke. If you're not, kireke.
And it doesn't matter what age.
And it doesn't matter who says what. They are not you and they will never be you.
Exactly.
That's the reason as to why. The door that brings in is wider. I mean, it's smaller. It seems like it's very small. This door that brings in. Abayingira mufumbo alabikanga abatono naye abafuluma be basinga obungi.
Misinde.
Owulira.
Kakati
weewuunye bali abafuluma bavaawo abangi. Ekitegeeza waliwo ensobi nnyingi ezikolebwa wano mu kuyingira. Ezimu ku zo kwe kupapa n'okuyingira mu kintu kyetutegekedde. So don't rush. If they've gone ahead of you, let them get a crown for that. Let them get a buff. Exactly. When the right time comes, you will be more happy. And you will enjoy your marriage.
And the longevity.
I would rather enjoy it in my time than rush in and rush out. And I have more regrets of rushing in and rushing out. And in most cases, the time you spend to trust again is more than the time you spent
for the first time.
Fake.
That's true.
Because then when you get out, you're burnt. There's nothing good about divorce. You're full of scars. Some people have died.
You're beaten,
okubidwa ovuddeyo n'obwana busatu bonna bamukusuulidde bakwogeredde ebigambo bakuvumye buli wamu. You understand? You're dragged into court every day. Because of it, you understand? So ogenda okufuna boti nga buli olaba ku mukazi yenna akulabikira bubi simply because you rushed. Don't rush.
Take your time.
And the same thing applies to the women. Don't rush. If everyone on the village has gotten married and you've not,
listen to the rhythm of love, of commitment.
It is okay.
It does not lie. Yep. The rhythm of commitment does not lie. The rhythm of commitment is actions.
I really feel bad, Hilda. And by the way, I really feel bad, mostly about women, because there are some women who've put themselves under a lot of pressure because of the word called marriage. The only thing that they don't do is to look at how many of their friends
are unhappy or running out.
So, I love marriage. I am married. I advocate for it. I really want it for everyone.
But take your time.
It is sweet.
Take your time.
But two human beings living together as husband and wife takes Mukama. So let Mukama give you that person. Otherwise, you'll be the one speaking everything bad about marriage.
The other Gondi that you told me that they take them to an island to vent.
I told you about it.
I know you told me about it.
Well, women
they go and they're like mad people, but they are quarreling about the men in their lives, and and you're like, but if I have to get to that extent, well, when you were telling me, I was like, if I have to get to that extent of looking for a coach, of someone to go and vent and beat banana plants, punching, migo no kola chamaso nega kukanuka nayengo kuba nayengo genda kuddayo sange chibuli ya mweka
ngachikulinze
we love you guys, but when you look at this whole thing, you clearly can see that words fade away. Actions will always last, and they will always be more meaningful. So when someone acts like they are not committed, read it and decide accordingly. When someone acts like if their words are sparkling and gold and their actions that are backing those words are not tallying, please walk away. This is not for you. But if it has to be action, it also has to be consistent action, where someone puts you first, they love, they care about your happiness, okay, and they come to your rescue, they help you out, they are your friend, they are loyal, okay, and they respect you, they accept you for who you are. It doesn't have to be rushed, it can go slow, and it will last. We love you guys. In case you have any questions, the numbers are on your screen. Reach out to us. Let's talk.